Hi, Menna.
Hi, Lilou.
Menna, congratulations on your book, Man, Money, Chocolate, that is now, I read, translated in 14 languages, 17 publisher. Amazing journey you had, and you've always wanted to write a book, and then at the age, you had that milestone to have your book published or have it out by 30, and then all of a sudden it's like 30 was coming up and you wrote this book. There's amazing synchronicity that happened. Can you share with us that story?
Yes. So I decided I wanted to be a writer when I was, I think, 21. And when I was 21, I said to myself, I will give myself until I'm 30. I will give everything in my life to this dream. I won't get a proper job. I will just do waitressing and just keep writing all the time. And if I haven't made it by the time I'm 30, then I will quit. So I was maybe 2 months from my 30th birthday, and I thought, you know, oh my God, I have to give up soon, you know, it's coming up, but I really didn't want to. And I sat down in a room, and for 2 weeks, I wrote this book, Men, Money and Chocolate, and in 2 weeks it was finished.
2 weeks?
2 weeks. I edited it after that, but, you know, within 2 weeks. And that summer, I think in July, I went to this workshop in New York with these people called Ariel and Shai Kane. They do this thing called instantaneous transformation. They're very inspirational people. And I stood up in the workshop and I said, you know, I have to give up my dream in a few months because I'm about to turn 30. And they said, what are you talking about? You know, and they talked to me, and it was very inspirational. It was really inspired me. And I came home, I took 2 weeks off work, I sat down in a room, I wrote the book. And it flowed, you know, it just flowed really, really easy. It was amazing. It just all came out. And then I think, just after I turned 30, I sent it off to Hay House because I really, really wanted Hay House to be my publisher. You know, this was my vision, this was what I really wanted. And for some reason, I believed it in my heart that it would happen. And about a month later, I got the rejection letter, and it came back and they said, no, we have too much of this. It's not really, you know, it's not for us, right? And I thought, oh my goodness, I really had believed that they would want it. But I didn't take no for an answer, you know? And I thought, okay, I'm going to self-publish it, and I'm going to show them how I can make a success of it. And it was really scary, and really hard to do. So I went out there, I printed books, I did it myself, and I went out to the booksellers in London and Cambridge and Oxford, all around my areas, and I just kept asking them to sell it. And sometimes they would say no, and then I would go back and I would get a bit of publicity, and then I would ask them again, and then I would go back and say, can you put it in the window? And then I would go back and say, can you put it on the shelf? You know, can you put it on the tables? And
Take it!
And it was really hard for me because I'm not really naturally like that outgoing, and also the rejection that you encounter, you know, you have to just keep going and keep going.
Heart crushing.
Yeah, really. And I think come April, it was doing quite well, and I was really, you know, I was doing really well with it, and I felt really good about it. And I sent it back to Hay House. And what is amazing about this story, about the synchronicities, is that the woman who'd rejected it in October had just quit her job, like maybe a week before. And I just had the intuition to send it to them.
Wow.
A week later, but I didn't know that she quit her job. And I went and I wrote in, and I wrote to the head, and she read it, and she loved it, and she said, let's meet for lunch in Notting Hill, which is my favourite part of London.
Right here.
And 3 weeks later we met, we had lunch, we had a great lunch, we really connected. She says to me, can you come in tomorrow and meet the whole team of Hay House?
Oh my.
I was so scared, you know, but very excited as well. And then I went out to their publishing, you know, where they are, their offices. I got lost on the train, and the train broke down, and I got stuck, and it was like crazy. And then I I sat down in this long table. Like, I always had my vision. When I was imagining, visualizing, getting published, I always had this vision.
And you use vision board.
Yeah, and visualizations as well.
Perfect.
And really thinking of myself in having the experience.
Oh,
and I
amazing.
always had the vision of me sitting on a long table. And they would all be around. And when I walked into the room, it was just like my vision.
Oh.
It was really spooky.
Yeah.
And I sat there for 2 hours, and they all interviewed me. And it was terrifying, but amazing at the same time.
Oh.
And at the end of this, they said, we want to publish your book.
Oh.
And it was,
congratulations.
it was the most incredible journey.
And now it's history.
Yeah, and it all, for me, all about courage, determination, believing in yourself. And keeping going, not giving up, not taking no for an answer. This was the message that I was getting all the time. You know, I would keep getting told no, I would keep getting rejected, and then I would keep going and keep going and keep going. And I really believe that life rewards people who do this. You know, they just keep going and they never give up.
Thank you for that beautiful message. Thank you, Menna.
Thank you.